and welcome to another soul session where we talk about all things love, life, and everything else you need to know about today, right? Or whenever this video finds you. It is July 9th. As we get the TikTok side ready, because we're broadcasting from both places, it is Thursday, July 9th, and on Thursdays we do the money messages. 9 is the number of endings. So today's biggest question is, what cycle in your life, what chapter in your life are you ending, right? And what are you calling in as I get everything ready? I feel a little off center today. There's a lot of messages coming through already with the Lionsgate portal. Some of you may know about it, some of you may not know about the Lionsgate portal. We have it every year. It opens around July 26th. Some people will say it opens up with the start of Leo season, which is happening on the 22nd, and 22 is a master number that brings balance and partnership. But when this portal opens, right? And we have these moments leading up to 8/8, August 8, which is also in 8/8/8, because when we look at August 8, it's the eighth month, the eighth day. And when you write the year 26, that is also in 8. It is your opportunity to manifest abundance, manifest prosperity, manifest the things that you have been calling in. This moment right now, before we even get to the Lionsgate portal, that magical moment of the year where we have this almost 3 week stretch of being in the cosmic, under the cosmic influence of being able to manifest every and anything. This is the preparation stage. This moment leading up between now and the new moon on the 14th, the Cancer new moon, it's time for you to focus on what makes your heart smile, what truly brings you joy, what brings you contentment. Focus on that. Make your list, check it twice. Because once that portal opens up and we're inundated, at least in the northern hemisphere, with all those meteor showers, all the cosmic happenings, and it's happening right before eclipse season. And you know, eclipse season is when we have those sudden magical shifts that happen at the drop of a dime. This time, you want to get ahead of the eight ball. You want to prepare for this as best as you can. So, we're going to see what comes out in the collective message, and then we're going to go into the particular messages and give you your affirmation based on your sign. It could be for your sun, moon, and or rising. If you're watching me from YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get our YouTube numbers to match our TikTok numbers. And over here on TikTok, I've been shadow banned again. So definitely like to get me back up there in the algorithm. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, any feelings that you want to share as the messages come out, do not hesitate to put it in the chat. I will not be looking at your chats as they come through, but as I'm done with the channeling, I definitely want to know what you guys are thinking, feeling with the messages that come out. If you're watching this on the replay, definitely put your comments in the comments and we'll get back to you at some point. That being said, we're still under Cancer season, so happy birthday, Cancer. But a lot of emphasis, cosmically speaking, energetically speaking, as the cards don't want to shuffle, is being put on Leo season. This is your moment in the spotlight, not just because you're a Leo. This is why. Sun, moon, and or rising. What happened to my cards? Because I'm shuffling them upside down. Oh boy. Not only because you're a Leo, Sun, Moon, and or rising, but Jupiter moving into Leo for a little over a year is bringing us those magical moments to have that wish fulfillment suddenly come down, have that answered prayer suddenly manifest, have that dream suddenly manifest into our reality. As I look up at my other phone and have the notification that we are in the Jupiter hour, these do not want to shuffle. Some of you are under some very stagnant. Oh, I know why. Those of you who have been resonated with the messages that came out about being under spiritual attack, well, your attackers are none too happy that you've been put on notice, right? Do you even work? Your attackers are none too happy that, as I shift the energy of this deck, that you've been made aware of their bippity boppity boo, their reindeer games, if you will. This deck may have expired. We're gonna see how the other cards shuffle, right? You may not feel it right away, but those of you who have been resonating with those messages of being under spiritual attack, you've started doing the thinking, the planning. You may not have gotten that candle or worked that spell yet, but just by you being in the energy of awareness already weakened that flame that was being sent against you. We're going to go ahead and do this right now, right here. Anywhere where your name is buried, anywhere where your name is sitting on somebody's altar under a candle, under a pot in the ground, is now destroyed in the name of the Most High. Because we don't play those reindeer games. Keep in mind that Mercury is in retrograde and there's a lot of illusions going on. But Neptune going retrograde a couple of days ago, it went retrograde on 7/7. Oh. One thing we forgot to mention about 7/7, right? Seven is the number of the divine, seven is the number of the Most High. 7 days a week, like we could go on and on and on just how special seven is. But Neptune choosing to go retrograde on the seventh day of the seventh month and then stationing direct on the 12th day of the 12th month means that the angels, your guides, the ancestors, your Most High is not coming to play. Any place in your life where somebody has been feeding you illusions or trying to pretend a situation is something other than what it is, they will be put front and center. These next 5 months are going to make it painfully clear or beautifully who's who and what's what, so move accordingly. Some of you already know that somebody's about to go to the big house, right? And not, oh shit, not the big house with the field. Some of you, their reindeer games is landing them a beautiful, well, not so beautiful, right? House in Virginia. If you know, you know, because we're not actually talking about Virginia, right? Some of them, because of fraud, the people are coming to get them. So whatever you hear, just know, however justice is served, just know is being served exactly how it's supposed to. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this Thursday? Especially folks that went out of their way to block your money, your abundance, make you think that you were or feel like you were less than. Yeah, karmic justice is about to be served. The energy is very heavy. Why is the energy so heavy? Let's get one from here. Just one. If you're looking for a personal reading, that information is in the you know where. We're only going to get into the collective and the messages for each sign. Thank you. Holy Spirit. What else does the collective need to know on this Thursday to help them prepare? Thank you, because I was wondering if we should sound the bell, and we will sound the bell. Something just dropped that had no business dropping. I'm going to have a real stern talking to you guys in the chat because, yeah, that was the coffin card that fell on the floor. Listen, those of you, especially those of you who have been resonating with the messages that have been coming out since Neptune has gone retrograde about all the attacks on the divine feminine, especially people trying to prevent you from your greatness, people trying to prevent you from the win. I keep hearing, and they all fall down. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, they all fall down. That childhood nursery rhyme, if you will, was based off of the plague, right? One of the plagues and one of the centuries in Europe, right? Many eons ago, before any of us were born, hopefully, right? Shout out to the vampires in the chat. Ashes, ashes, they all fall down. how they fall down, especially with that coffin card falling on the floor. Matter of fact, let me pick it up for y'all. So y'all can't say, oh, how do we know? There we go. Right? Anybody that's been standing in their way, spitting illusions that you're the problem, yeah, they're about to have a problem, a big one. They already have a problem with the Most High for coming against an earth angel. This is why they want you to wish big, baby, because this is going to be your coronation. This is going to be the moment where you get to take center stage, and everybody that tried to prevent you from getting here, tried to prevent you from having a wish fulfilled or your wishes fulfilled, they're going to get to see live and live in color that they didn't stop a thing. They may have thought that they did, they may have slowed something down, but they didn't stop anything. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday? St. Michael, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. If you have on earphones, you might want to lower the volume right now because we're going to sound this bell. We're going to sound the singing bell to clear the energy because something weird and funky is going on. And then we're going to find out what's behind that card because that has a direct correlation with why the other card didn't want to shuffle. Who's really mad that you're getting these messages and you have already started the journey of setting yourself free? We're going to ring the bell 3 times, okay? Lean into the energy. And if you're wondering, if you have a question on your mind, right, not just about who's doing this and who's doing that, any question on your mind, start to breathe very deeply in through your nose and slowly, right? Breathe in deeply in through your nose and then release it out of your mouth, right? Very slowly, keeping the rhythm of breathing in deeply through your nose. You might want to hold it at the top and then release slowly. So when we hit the singing bell, right? That's not even what this is called. Your vision will become clear. Close your eyes if you can, if it's safe for you to do so. Relax your shoulders and just breathe. The answer that you have on your mind is going to come to you by the sound of the 3rd bell. Are you ready? Okay, for the big reveal. Starting with ashes, ashes, they all fall down. I don't need to go further into this. Let me bring it closer so you guys can see what that actually says. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? And you see how it pairs together? I asked you to ask the question that you had in your mind as we were listening and shifting the frequency. As we were doing that, the vision came that some of you, and I apologize on behalf of all spiritual workers, but some of you, the reason why this person kept attacking you and wanting to steal your shine and felt like you shouldn't have what you have is because whoever they've been working with, because everybody got a body, right? Everybody has somebody somewhere that they work with when it comes to their spiritual advisement and their spiritual needs, right? Even if it's just their grandma. But whoever this person was, is about to be a was. The spiritual practitioner, through them, saw who you were and fed this person a whole story that they bought hook, line, and sinker. It feels like this person has gone to multiple practitioners that told them the same thing because this first practitioner marked them. They kind of put the battery in their back to attack you. They blamed you. Any downfall they were experiencing, any woes in their life they were experiencing, they blamed you. Somehow, this person that's been attacking you felt like because you didn't get with the program, because you didn't surrender your free will, because you wanted to do your own thing, because you didn't want to be with them, you're the problem. And Spirit said that before we even started shuffling the cards. Baby, you're not the problem. Everybody has their desires, their wishes. Like, as long as you're not being a harm to one another or yourself, like, live long and prosper. Like, go do you. Go have fun. Go live life on your terms. This is what we're here for. We have a beautiful thing called free will. And anybody or anyone that attempts to get between us and our free will, there's a heavy price to pay. And when it comes to the information that we receive, whether you're scrolling on TikTok, right, whether you're working with an advisor, you get an idea in your head. Whether or not you act on that idea is all up to you. I feel sorry for this person that let a practitioner, and shame on the practitioner too, because why would you do that to get their money? This person was so desperate to find out if you were behind bippity boppity booing them. They found somebody to bippity boppity boo them. They have spent a hefty amount of coin working with a practitioner that has their head all messed up. And it happens. Like, that's all Spirit can say is it happens. We all have discernment. We all have intuition. We all have free will. Just because you go to somebody that may have all their statues and their things and their accolades and their clients saying it doesn't mean you have to take their advice. Just because they said that your guides, baby, who even said that your guides even said that? Especially when it comes to harming somebody else. Especially, I'm hearing you were convicted of a crime you didn't commit. There was no jury, there was no trial, there was just a straight conviction. It was just like if they said that she did it, she did it. It was definitely a setup by Todd, a multi-level scheme to trick this person out their pockets, and they fell for it. I feel very sorry for who that is, but gotta be careful with what you believe, with who you believe. Take it to the Most High. Take it to your ancestors first. Side note, if you ever get a reading, you go to a spiritual practitioner, and they either tell you something that you don't already have a clue about, like it comes straight out of left field, or they tell you something that doesn't quite sit right with you, you don't have to accept it. Matter of fact, you are encouraged to run because you don't want to deal with the karmic fallout that comes with making a decision based on a lie. Somebody made a decision based on a lie and threw their whole spiritual army against you for no reason. Now that that's coming to a head, their ancestors are upset, their angels are upset. You can't convict an innocent person. There's a mighty, mighty price to pay for that. So, whatever you see, however it falls down, however they fall down, it has nothing to do with you. So remember that, right? And don't go to the funeral. Next, we have challenges, right? With the Five of Wands. And a lot of the Divine Feminine have been going through these challenges. right? Lack of support, things falling apart, things not coming together. This Lionsgate portal has the opportunity to change that. Not only are you receiving karmic justice, not only is the whole universe conspiring to put you in the place that they try to steal from you, right? It's your opportunity to say, you know what? I've been I've been inconvenienced and I would like to be accommodated, right? I would like, what is the word? Will you get extra for your suffering? Go ahead and ask for that extra. Now that you know that someone, yeah, did have you in a jar, someone, yeah, did have you buried, when that piece of paper that had no business falling from where it fell, was my confirmation that some of you just got freed from someplace that you didn't even know what you were um, tied up in. Next, we have throat chakra, communication. Some of you, your voice has been muffled, right? Or you may even have physical throat issues because people don't want you speaking your truth. People don't want you to be able to have the words or the energy to command what you want into being. They want to forever have you stuck, but that balance is coming in, and nobody. The only person that could stop this wind that's about to happen for you is the Most High. You have completed your 40 days and 40 nights. You have completed the hardest part of the chapter. Kudos to you for never losing faith. Now that you've gotten to this point and you know that we are at the biggest manifestation portal of the year, what do you want? How do you want to be accommodated? How do you want these wrongs to be made right? Put your order in and let the Most High deliver. Next we have, there we go. There we go. Coming out of that dark season, coming out of, are my prayers even being heard? Like, does it even matter? I've been doing this and I've been doing that and I've been doing this and I've been doing, baby, I see you. I feel you. There was a point in time I was you. And then I could tell you firsthand, it's in these moments where you feel like giving up, all is lost. Why keep going if you're still going to have the same problem, right? Why keep going if people are coming against you, right? This moment of isolation, this moment of being in the cave, some of you were put on notice a couple of months ago. You were reminded that before the crown is the cave. And nobody can stop that. Mercury coming out, crossing the family room with the Five of Cups, crying over spilt milk. This retrograde, the offender is going to come and speak their truth. Yeah. Hear them out and don't say a word. Don't respond. Don't curse them. Don't say, how could you? Just hear them out. In that moment, you may want to forgive them. You're encouraged to forgive them, but that's on you. They're going to come and have a conversation because just as I'm pulling this out, it feels like in this moment, they're coming into the realization, if they hadn't already, that they were lied to, that there was this whole smear campaign. They did the most when it came to knocking you off your pedestal, and there's nothing they could do to fix it. It's not like they wrote it down in pencil and could erase it. For some of you, they wrote it down in blood. And the only way to satisfy a blood oath is with blood, not yours. So they could ask for all the forgiveness, they could do all the repentance, they could go to church 24/7. They could get baptized and be born again. That's great, that's beautiful. But there are certain agreements that you get into, that you do, that once you agree to it, that's it, that's all. You have to pay the piper. Every action is a reaction. There's no energy that we put out in the world that does not come back to us, no matter how sorry we are. Going back to what was said yesterday about how a masculine feels like sorry isn't enough, he's right. Sorry isn't enough. The damage that was done, and for some of you, it's a feminine that was on this warpath with you. The damage that was done cannot be undone. It made you stronger, it fortified you, it showed you who was who and what was what. But it can't be undone no matter how deeply sorry this person is. Come through, Oya. Come through, Shango. Y'all hear that? Judgment is underway. I will not be surprised when get the DMs, when I get the emails about the slow singing and the flower bringing. I would like to acknowledge those moments with you. We just got a cosmic confirmation that divine judgment is not even underway. It's happening right now as we speak in this very moment. So, whatever you hear, whatever you see, just make note of it and give thanks to your ancestors. Give thanks for your guides. Give thanks for the angels. Give thanks to yourself and your own wherewithal, your own resiliency, your own prayers. Because as bad as it was, where is she? Where is she? Right? As bad as it was, this is not even the teeniest, tiniest bit of what it was supposed to be for you. Some of you, you know who you are, and I could think of one person right now. You're not supposed to even be here. You're supposed to be a memory. You were supposed to be on somebody's t shirt years ago, but here you are. A little battered, a little wounded, but still fucking standing, and I applaud you. All that work that you think you started wondering about, is it going to work out? Like, why am I even doing this? Why does it even keep going? Just a little longer. You got the confirmation. You witnessed it right here with me. You heard the thunder. Now prepare to see the lightning. Prepare to see justice being served. Everybody from this moment that has tried to stop you from your peace, try to stop you from your greatness, try to stop you from manifesting the your reality, your dreams into your reality, they're going to be pointed out one by one. Ashes, ashes. They all fall down. Next we have, my heart is like, this is exciting. Oh, is that milk and honey? No, that's not milk and honey. That can't be. Round and round, cycles coming to an end because a higher power has stepped in. We were put on notice, what was it, the end of last week? The beginning of the week to get our stuff together. Because the Most High, right? Not our Orishas, not the Loa, or any other entity we rock with, but the one that's above them all, the universe, if you will, the high, the high of most highs, has come down and said enough. So again, you're reminded how this shows up for you. It's how it shows up. I could cry. Because why do we have this twice now? Why do we have this twice? You know why, and you know who. But what you don't know is what was spoken over candles in your name. You don't know what ebos and offerings were done in your name. You don't know how dark this person got. Rage is a terrible thing. Anger is a terrible thing. One of the biggest things that you'll hear me talk about constantly is staying in your calm, especially when it comes to my intuitives, my kindreds, right? People who have this high spiritual calling and gift. It's because just as beautiful as you are in the light, you could be just as dark because you embody both energies. You just made a choice somewhere along the line to just stay in the light. But whenever you're angry, whenever, even worse, in a fit of rage, one of those dark entities can quickly step in and turn your light into darkness like flipping a switch. Because we have both, there's no way to not have both. You can't just be all love and light. And if anybody tells you that they are, they're lying. Or they just don't know any better. This person was tricked out of their love and light and went down a very dark path. And sadly, they're realizing that too late. All money is not good money. Okay. How many of you grew up watching like Maury Povich and stuff, right? And the runaway teens, right? And how SW work typically starts with runaways, right? They meet a person that claims that they're in love with them and tells them to do this one thing this one time, and then 10, 20, 30 years later, they've been doing the same thing, right? This is how the practitioner moves. They're not a pimp in the sense of a SW person, right? They're a spiritual pimp, selling all types of dreams for the love of money. And they too, the practitioner too, will be dealt with, right? For messing up the flow of the divine cycle. Some of you have a light that's so bright, not only do you irritate the demons of the people that you meet, you irritate the demons of people that come into knowing you. However, they come into knowing you before they even meet you, before they even see you face to face, and just want to dim out your light. That's not fair, right? If we were allowed to just dim out everybody's light, there would be one person on earth. No. There's always a cosmic justice, always checkpoints going on, right? We talked about the courts of heavens. Even if this person petitioned the courts of heaven, they'll be like, yeah, nah, you did the crime, you got to do the time, my guy. And that keeps coming up in every conversation. I don't know who speaks like that, but they do. Not even your love can save them from where they're going. They made a deal with somebody very, very shady. I don't think this has ever come out twice, ever in a reading. Like, the readings don't usually get this dark. The messages usually don't get this dark. We're very love and light and manifest this and love that and. But it feels like this had to come to a head because your situation, that block, that obstacle, has been given the vacate order. Time's up. Lastly, we have time for a nap, time for rest, knowing that everything is working out. Regardless of what it looks like right now, the winds are about to shift and they're shifting in your favor. Jupiter moving into Leo, Saturn going retrograde at the end of the month on the 23rd or the 26th, whatever that last Sunday is, right? Bringing that karmic justice. Pay attention to your dreams this month, especially mid-month, right? Before the Lionsgate portal opens up, and move with your visions. Do what your guides are instructing you to do this month to help you guys align with the energy of 888 and just be that support. The North Star Intensive, where we figure out your North Star, what you're supposed to be doing in life, where you're supposed to be going, and helping you align with that energy. Instead of being 1 month, it's going to go for 3 months to fully lock in this energy and support the individuals who are ready to take that leap of faith, who are ready to do the healing and the cleansing work after dealing with the warlock. And boo boo, if you're a high spiritual person, you have a high spiritual calling, even if you are a intuitive empath, you are a helper, and the dark side doesn't like that. So there will always be a warlock, a witch, a somebody trying to bippity bop you out of your greatness. But after this last round, it feels like you've been fortified to the point that you are now certified unfuckwithable in spirit and in the physical. So I'm going to need you to walk with your chin up a little higher. Walk in the room as if you own it, because you do. Speak with the authority that was given to you by the Most High, because you have it. And the next time a warlock tries to try you, they will know from the gate that you are not the one, the two, or the three, and they need to go find something safe to do. Soon as they see you, they're going to see what happened to the last person that tried it, right? It's going to be like a battle scar on your aura, that when other people that want to try you see it, they're going to know, not this one. Not this one, not this time. Let's get into the messages for the signs, because now I'm getting hungry. And when I get hungry, it's because the messages are super duper, duper duper intense. Actually, we have a deck that I wanted to use, but I just kind of pushed it to the floor because it's my Halloween deck, right? my spooky deck, but it's not really spooky. It's Nightmare Before Christmas deck. So I was going to say, is there anything that we need to know? And the card almost kamikaze into the candle. Again, we have the Three of Presents, which is the Three of Cups. No, no, no. It's Pentacles. The Knight of Presents. Three of Presents. Make that list and check it twice. Um, Compensation. How do you want to be compensated for this inconvenience? Now that all the cards, pun intended, have been put on the table, what do you define as justice served? What would it take for you to feel like, you know what? Okay, this will help me heal along the journey because they're going to bring it to you expeditiously. Some of you, of course, it's normal to question things, it's question your faith, but you didn't give up. You didn't let a bad moment have you totally disregard everything else that came before this bad moment. Some of you, that warlock that did the most and everybody involved that did the most was supposed to. This is everything went according to your soul script to fortify you, to help you become the person that your guides need you to become in order to become that person that sustains the wish fulfillment that you are calling in on every level. This is supposed to be about money messages. Why is this about? Is it because it's the ninth? As I look at the Nine of Wands being weary after battle, a lot of you didn't get weary in the waiting. So that cosmic justice, especially against those that believed a lie, right? Sometimes a lie becomes the truth. Sometimes the truth can become a lie. And it's unfortunate because the one that sits on the one that sits on high keeps score. And ultimately, right, you'll see who's who and what's what. How JC said, flash now, but time will reveal money. Imaginary player. Yeah. We're going to start with Cancer. Because it's your birthday season. Then we're going to go through all the signs and see what your 8-8 message is supposed to be. Because that's what they're heavily leaning on this being a 9-day, right? To talk about these endings and how it's going to show up for the collective, for folks in the collective. I really feel like it's 5 of y'all that have been going through this really, really deep spiritual warfare. Some of you are just dealing with a narcissistic asshole that may seem like a warlock, but they're not, right? They're just not a nice person, right? To put it nicely. That being said, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Well, looky. The 10 of Pentacles. Having that wish fulfillment, having things fall into place, wanting for nothing. So when the Lionsgate portal gets here, beloved, every day use that moment between, you know what, let's just call it with Leo season. From the 22nd to the 12th. Every morning you wake up, you're practicing gratitude. Every time you spend money, you're practicing gratitude. Every time you receive money, you're practicing gratitude. And make it a daily habit. Your affirmation, dearest Cancer, you are reminded that wealth, abundance, right, wish fulfillment is your birthright. Leo, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Keep in mind, Leo and others in the energy of hoarding wealth, stuffing their money under the mattress, being penny pinchers. They call it currency because it's supposed to flow. Not $100 come in and $100 go out. No, that's not what that means. It means you allow the money to come and go in a natural way, right? You spend some for your necessities, right? Your basics, your bills. You put some in a high yield savings account so while it's sitting there, it's earning money, right? And other investments so that it's always earning, circulating, and doing what it needs to so it can bring you more. The parable of the talents, right? You had the guy that had the one talent, you had the guy that had the three talents, you had the guy that had the five talents. Both the one with the five and the three got more because what did they do? They went and invested. And the one, even the one that doesn't have enough, will have less or something like that. He went and buried it. How is it supposed to grow if you just stuff it under your mattress? A good affirmation from the book of The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. She says, every dollar I spend comes back to me blessed and multiplied. Simple. Once you say it enough, you'll see that it has actually become your reality. Your actual affirmation is, I don't chase, I attract. Know that whatever you put out there will be replaced with more, but you gotta put it out there and you gotta believe that's going to be replaced with more. Side note, flashy money isn't money, especially here, right? On social media, we tend to get it a little confused when we see people pulling out those bricks. Even if it doesn't say for motion, for motion picture use only, right? It's the real deal McCoy. Folks that really have that level of wealth, you wouldn't know, right? They're definitely on their Adam Sandler, right? You ever seen Adam Sandler, the actor, just walking about? Pictures of him just walking about. He looks like a regular. Some people even say he dresses like he's homeless, right? But you would never tell that this man has money. You're not supposed to, right? Because when you start doing silly things like that, guess who's watching? And guess who's going to come after you? Some of you, your person is not going to. Damn. They just said your person's not going to die. This person that's been attacking you is not going to die, but they're going to wish that they did, where they're going, and what they're going to experience where they're going back to the big house. And that's heartbreaking. Jesus. Virgo, sun, moon, and or rising. Heavy on paying attention to your dreams because it feels like you're in a place where it's not enough. You feel like you're not enough. It feels like not there's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough money in your bank account. People are not appreciating you. Things are not going the way that you want to. Your guys have been giving you signs about that job, about that position. But you've got your head down. You keep beating yourself up over it. Stop that. Changing your job that you've been with. And I'm all for loyalty. Yay, that's great. You were able to do what a lot of people can't, right? Stay loyal to one job for a very, very long time. But if it's not paying the bills, if it's not fulfilling your needs, and it doesn't feel like you have this extravagant lifestyle, it feels like your job is taking advantage of your loyalty. Around these parts, we don't let anyone or anything take advantage of our anything, period. But you're such a non-confrontational, people pleasing, go with the flow. If it's kind of working, you've been dealing it with so long, you might as well continue. When the Most High, because when we see the aces, this is the divine coming in to assist you, wants to give you the world. Can you can you get over your loyalty, which is actually your ego, and let the Most High treat you to the life you actually deserve? Put that application in. They're going to say yes, and you're not going to get the job that you were looking after. You're going to get something much, much bigger. You're qualified for bigger. Stop beating yourself up. Whoever told you that you weren't enough and you're carrying that wound with you, it's time to part with it. Use the Lionsgate portal to part with any wounds that still keep you thinking small and thinking like you don't deserve it all, because you deserve all the good things that life has to offer. Your affirmation is, I am in alignment with the frequency of generational wealth. In order to get to some generational wealth, you got to do something that nobody in your generation or the generations that came before you did. Get to it, dearest Virgo. Sun, moon, and or rising. Libra, being a little pessimistic, are we? Waiting for the other shoes to drop, are we? For some Libras, you're being skeptical about a money opportunity coming your way. Do your research, of course, right? Talk about it with some people that are more experienced in that department. Ultimately, go for it. Some of you, going back to that main female energy, you are a Libra rising or moon that has been under that spiritual attack, and they're just waiting to see you fall, not realizing that the ground from underneath them has already started to shake. Your affirmation, dearest Libra, so busy watching you, they don't realize that their world has already started crumbling. So busy watching you, they don't realize that they're about to get a no warrant knock on that door. Your affirmation, dearest Libra, the moment I desire something is already on its way to me. Scorpio, sun, moon, and or rising, that hard decision, that person you need to cut off, especially the one that's been feeding you bad information to keep you small. This is a head over heart decision. Make it because it's standing between you and your abundance. You also are giving people pleaser energy. Stop that. Put yourself first. Put yourself, be ridiculously selfish because it's not really being selfish. It's an act of self preservation. Your affirmation, dearest Scorpio, is I receive just by existing. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and or rising with the Hierophant, which keeps coming out like no matter what deck we've been using, the Hierophant has come out for almost every sign and every reading. Doing things the right way, right? Tradition, right? Honoring your spiritual journey, taking time to go on that spiritual retreat, deepening your faith, deepening your connection with the Most High. As you go through the portal, remember what you've asked for and expect to receive it with both hands. Your affirmation is I'm always at the right place at the right time. I'm hearing keys to the city. I'm hearing engagement. I'm hearing a table being prepared in the presence of your enemies. Spirit said coronation earlier. Coronation. You're about to be crowned, babes. Capricorn, sun, moon, and or rising. You could be dealing with the Pisces. Look at them through a different perspective. But also look at life from a different perspective when it comes to your money. The more freely you give, the more freely it comes. But don't give to your last dime. That's not what that means. Give with an open heart. Some of you, when that post went out about what AJ's going through, your heart said, "Vroom." Spirit took notice. And if your heart said, and you scrolled past that message, really take time to figure out for yourself, not for anybody else, but just for you, why. Because if your heart does that, money is not flowing. If money is not flowing, if the energy is not flowing, you could do all the 369s, you could do all the manifesting, light all the money candles, get all the herbs, right? And nothing's going to work out until you free your heart and let it flow, which is not to say it's going to happen overnight. It takes time for the energy to catch up. It just got really loud outside. And showing up as that person that lets money come and go, right? Your affirmation is I deserve good things. So start treating yourself to good things, right? Even if it's just a Snickers bar or a Reese's peanut butter cup. I like Reese's peanut butter cups. Aquarius, sun, moon, and or rising with the Knight of Pentacles. You know, the knight is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but when he arrives in style. That wish when it comes to your abundance, Aquarius, is making its way to you. Stand in faith. Giving the energy of the orphan that came out. Feeling like your prayers aren't being heard and that they're never going to be answered. They are unexpectedly about to be answered. Your affirmation is I am living on my highest timeline. Pisces, sun, moon, and or rising with Ace of Swords. Going back to people being put on notice. Some of you, it's a Pisces that you were dealing with, sun, moon, and or rising, maybe a Mars Pisces that attacked you for no reason. It could be a feminine, it could be a masculine, but they took a lie as a truth and not only ran with it, they did like a marathon with it. They just kept going and going and doing it. Not even a marathon. What is that? A triathlon where you go through different things, not just the running. They did the most. And they're like, I think I made a mistake. You think? Some of you, if you're a Pisces sun or rising especially, are going to come into some information that helps you take that next step forward in your business and in your love life. Pisces has gone through a season this latter half of 2026 of removing friends and finding peace. You are about to come into a season of justice being served. Move accordingly. Your affirmation is they can't help but think about me and remember me because you're unforgettable in every way. Unforgettable. And now that people can't use you anymore, now that people can't eat off your plate, they're talking. So you might as well grab one of your favorite ritual oils like the Maji because a little Maji goes a long way. And ward your name. Every time your name is spoken of, you get, every time someone looks at a picture of you, $1,000 finds you immediately. Go ahead. Use today the energy of Jupiter, right? Or you could do it during the Saturn hour of Jupiter's day, right? And word your name. Aries, sun, moon, and or rising. Much needed healing when it comes to your finances. This is not happening today. But by the Lionsgate portal, once it starts to really open up, so towards the end of July, one of the heavy financial burdens you have been experiencing should lighten at least a little bit, right? If not a lot of it. Aries, your affirmation, your mantra is I experience once in a lifetime opportunities multiple times a day. It's about time. It feels like you're coming out of a heavy chapter, so it's about time to be divinely compensated for weathering that storm. Taurus, back to the Five of Cups, crying over spilt milk, stressing over what went wrong, that you don't see how many beautiful things are going right. Turn around, right? Like the song goes. Well, not like the song goes. They just want you to turn around and see the brighter things of life. Get over yourself, get over your ego, and know that everything is happening the way that it's supposed to. Your mantra is every day, my luck and blessings multiply. Just by you being here is a blessing. So many of your ancestors had to endure so many things for you to be here. Start moving like you know that, rock star. Reclaim your throne, especially if you have Sagittarius energy too, right? You're about to be coronated. So pick your head up and know that better days are coming. Last but not least, Gemini, Emperor energy. But as soon as I look down, right, giving the energy of judgment being served, the Most High is saying enough. You standing your line, you standing on your boundaries, whatever word you put out there, don't don't discount it, change it, shift it, um, alter it to make other people comfortable. No. Your word is your word. Stand on it. Your affirmation, the universe spoils me constantly. And like Pisces, Taurus, Sag, Virgo, they're all just going to have to watch. Everyone that counted you out are going to have to eat crow, right? Is that how the saying goes? Let's see who is here. Oh my goodness, we have no messages on the YouTube side, right? Because I see they were hidden. Hi, Miss Nicole. Hi, Momo. I like Reese's too. They're so good. I think I'm going to get me some after this. Virgo Moon, I dreamed about my baby girl and we were singing to each other. I love that. Bad jobs are like bad relationships. Absolutely. They drain you just the same. Where them dollars at? Hey, don't get me started, J Max. Don't get me started. If Saturn is in retrograde and Saturn placement is in Libra, that's karmic justice on steroids. That's Terminator, I'll be back level type of justice that's coming through for the collective. Hi, Karen. My anger is a beast. That's why I try to stay in my calm because it's a dangerous place. I believe it. I believe it. I thank you, J Max, for sharing that you wanted to retreat yesterday, but you woke up today wanting to push. It's okay. When you're in those moments, take a nap, take a pause, have a Snickers, right? Have a sweet treat, right? Do something kind for yourself, your body, right? Shake your wiggles out, and then get back in the game. Don't ever put me on a t-shirt when I pass. If they do, I will come down and haunt all of y'all. Don't do it. Can you tell us about the two that were coming through, where they are from, and who are they? You're going to have to refresh my memory. We know that Michael was here, so who specifically, what moment specifically are you speaking about? Because my guys are always here. Michael comes through on a regular. Shango came by with Oya real quick, right? I like to fight. Funny how the truth coming out like word vomit. Of course, it's been a long time coming. It's been a very, very long time coming. And Momo, like you, I don't do funerals at all. They're not a safe place for people like me, right? We just rather not deal with it unless we absolutely have to. People have stopped me because it's like a cloud. It's like, when you're playing Pac-Man and those things are coming after you, it's literally like that. When we do the cleansings, the bath, the incense, a lot of times it's like hitting that button that puts them all in the box and makes them easy to just get at, right? Doing the heavy work eradicates them completely. Some of these spirits we pick up because of the people that we deal with. Some of these things that haunt us have blended with our bloodline for forever, and it's up to us, with all this knowledge we have access to eradicate it from the bloodline once and for all. I reject it all because you can't tell me something that doesn't make sense. I wish more people thought like you, but the crazy thing is, because you're level headed, right? I don't care what them folks say. You are, but the people who are in desperation, which is the majority of you guys, because the majority of you guys have been with the Soul Tribe a while now. You're spiritually strong. But the people that end up in my DMs, they come through wanting a free reading, and they're just looking for, I need an answer, I need an answer, I need an answer. A lot of practitioners look for people specifically like that because they know they could just rope them in. All they got to do is feed them the right line, and they have a new supply. That's why one of the things we work on in coaching is making sure you don't have any desperation wounds because it attracts so many negative things. Sound bowl. Thank you, Miss Momo. And I was singing the singing bowl. Now I'm going to have to figure out what a singing bowl is because I know it is a thing. All right. J Max, I will put you as a. You are an admin. You are a managing moderator, my dear, here on the YouTube side. Oh wow, that was a lot. And I'm off centered, right? Because they were bum rushing me to get these messages through. Heavy with the death energy that kept coming through and the spell work and the repercussions for the spell work. This is why a lot of times when folks say, well, not the majority of you guys, right? You guys already have like an idea of which prayer, which thing to do to resolve a situation. But when you start lighting those candles and getting those cow tongues and doing this and doing that, and it requires animal this and animal that, You're in the danger zone. You might get the results you're looking for, heavy on the might. And that little $25 you give, that little $10 you give, why do you think it's so affordable, right? You open up the live, there's 10 pans filled with these things, right? For a ceremony that's going on. They got everybody's name out there. Why do you think it's so easy? I think the most they charge is like $30 for those things. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing, no judgment. But that is a whole energy harvesting situation. I've seen practitioners say, okay, we're going to do the money ritual for today. Jane Doe, here's your candle. Michael Doe, here's your candle. Like, why are we putting people's full government name on the internet? And why are we lighting somebody's candle with somebody else's candle? When you do that, right, I don't even do that when we do that for Easter in church, right? They want to, I'll pull out my lighter real quick. I'll light the candles of my family. I'm not lighting because you're taking that person's energy. If COVID taught us one thing, is how quickly energy moves. The way that it spread is exactly how spirit spreads and how spiritual diseases spread. So be very, very careful. Like if you're into that thing, cool, right? But find somebody that does it in a respectable way. That's not just mixing and matching everybody's energy to be like the dealer at the casino, right? The house gets all. Be careful out there. Be very, very careful out there. Whew, I think I'm done with the YouTube side. We're going to come. Michael does love us and he does protect us. He's always here, the majority of the time. If not, a lower ranking angel that answers to him is. Because what we're doing is very sacred. It may not look like it, may not feel like it because it's so easy and breezy, but there are whole agendas that keep stuff like this from coming out, which is probably why I'm shadow banned again. Whatever. My energy is too sensitive for all that bibbity bobbity boo. Anytime, Atma, anytime. And even me, like, I feel weird saying your government name. Like, you'll always hear me call you either by a nickname, a honey name that I give you, or your screen name on here. No, mm-mm. Because one, we don't know who's on these lives, who's watching from the FYP, and I don't know what monitoring spirits are around. Oh no, 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 no. Keep the connection clean. Let's see who's here on the TikTok side. Hi, Gofito. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. Hi, Auntie. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, honeybees. How's the neighbor doing? Speaking about judgment, the neighbor across the hall, how's that going? Hmm? Hmm? Hi, Red. I'm glad you were able to catch us as well and picked up on the messages that were specifically for you. Okay. Atasha's journey. I'm well. How are you? I'm hungry, but I'm well. Hi, Billy. If you'd like a personal message, that information's in the you know where. Hi, Dorsey. A lot of people just saying, read for me, read for me, read for me, like I'm some kind of genie. No, no, no. That's not how it goes, babes. Hi, full heart, my love. How are you? Boogie, woogie, woogie. I want to know if he'll come back with another proposal. If it comes before August, be careful. It doesn't feel like he's doing it to genuinely be that protector, that provider, that lover. That it, for whatever reason, energetically, is coming across as somebody who just wants the title. So be careful. Be careful. You felt it in your soul. Yeah, when we rang the sound bowl, you're supposed to, right? Break up all that energy, especially in the solar plexus, because it's yellow, right? So that's the seat of your intuition. That's why I chose one that's yellow. Ebony Honey, how are you? Hey, Mars Mars. Thank you, Earth Angel Compensated, because I couldn't think about it at all. At all. Sometime my English, it just goes out the door. And yes, Ebony Honey, that was thunder. It came roaring through. I didn't see any lightning. But they were present. They came through to say, yep, you guys have been put on notice. So, whatever slow singing, flower bringing, whatever bad news you hear, whatever news report you see about so and so, that's on them. That's on them. You weren't there when they were lighting their candles, when they were making their petitions. You don't know who they prayed to, who they conjured up. So you are not to blame, nor you will. They're showing dust, right? You will not have any of that dust of the fallout that's about to become their life fall on you. Babiana, well, I'm glad you were able to join us. Hi, Cheetah. How are you? And Honeybee, you used to watch Mario, those Runaway Twins? They were like a cautionary story for me. Like, don't do this before you end up like that. All right, let's see who else is here. Hey, Miss K. How you doodle? You came in exactly at the right time. Exactly at the right time. And the replay is going to be available as soon as we go off the live. It's going to be up on my YouTube channel. Ooh, Doom Slayer. Well, hello. Thank you for the follow. Badass. You know, I saw is Eric and then I saw Trap. And then I had to go back and read the whole sentence. Is Eric intentional towards me or I shouldn't fall for his trap? It's really Eric is being intentional about putting you in a trap and your soul team have been trying to warn you about that. So run, run, girl, run. What are you doing? No, not Eric. Wait, no, 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 no. Maybe not run. Do a cool moonwalk, right? See if he could shift his energy from wanting to trap you to actually wanting to be with you, to be with you. Somebody else is in the energy of, yeah, just the title. My YouTube channels, Henriette Dreams, at Henriette Dreams. Over here on TikTok is at Henriette's underscore dreams. But over everywhere else, it's just Henriette's Dreams. Beautifully, Talia. Yeah, you were right on time. Right on time. She put another camera on her patio facing the parking lot. Nosy, just nosy. Hey, Auntie. How are you? How are the littles? I've been feeling like 2020 again, but a better version. It is not crazy. Thank you, J Max. Come to the front of the line. Come to the front of the line. Hold my hand when I tell you this. Okay? There were visions and promises that you had in 2018, 2019, 2020. And it felt like you were on the precipice of it happening, and then there was a delay after delay after delay. This moment that CERN has gone offline is a cosmic 4-year retrieval of everything that was delayed that was supposed to happen in 21, 22, 23, 21, 25, right? To happen now. But now it has to happen with intention. Now it's going to happen with you having the spiritual fortitude, the spiritual je ne sais quoi to be able to hold it with both hands. And that goes for a lot of the collective. We don't do that's what's got me shadow banned. Because it wasn't until I started mentioning, I didn't even go in to the whole CERN thing and the digital manipulation and my tinfoil hat stories. And I got shadow banned. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. People know I have a whole website. People that need me know exactly where to find me. It's okay, TikTok. It's okay. But yes, that happening, right? Because it created, okay, those of you who can hear the electricity in the house, right? They say that's a part of the tism. But if you've ever been able to hear the electricity, like when it's quiet, you can hear the electricity flowing through your house. If you ever experienced a blackout and not heard electricity, you're like, wait a minute, I can hear it. Where did it go? You were most sensitive to that machine that CERN had going. Mind you, this machine was humongous. It created its own energetic field that was like a low hum playing in the background of our lives, keeping us, especially intuitive, people who are highly sensitive, right? They're saying deaf, blind, and dumb, but just subdued. Visions weren't as clear as they could be. Direction or connection it was choppy, right? It was like a choppy Wi-Fi connection that was always getting interfered with. But now that that hum isn't there, it's like you woke up. A lot of you over the past few weeks, 2 weeks, have been feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. You've coming into understanding quicker, like you're thinking a thought and getting the answer. This is why. And they did everything. They tried every engineering trick in the book not to turn that machine off, but they had no choice to. And then another one was subsequently damaged when a bird flew into it. What are the odds, right? So this is your chance, like the riots, to grab everything that they've been trying to keep from you, right? Go out there. And this karmic justice that's being served is not just in our personal lives, it's for the whole collective. This karmic justice is being served. Like, you can't manipulate the minds of the people, right? Especially the minds of the ones that claim to change the world. Mm-mm. So while we're here, now that you are aware, you've been put on notice, live long and prosper. So yeah, you're not cray cray. And some of you may even start, people from that time era are coming back, but they're coming back different, right? The person that had no words, all of a sudden, they know how to have a conversation. They know how to speak about their feelings. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hi, Kang. How are you? All right. This was a lot as the thunder starts to rumble again. Any thoughts, any feelings, any questions you have about what came out in the messages. If you need a personal question, get a soul session, right? If you need somebody to help you along your spiritual journey, we have the mentorship, we have the coaching, and now we have the intensive, which I've never offered for 3 months. But you could get it for 3 months to help you along the journey to maximize the energy you could pull out of the Lionsgate portal. A lot of us, we were put on too short of a notice to really align with the energy that happened on the 4th. But I grabbed some for the collective and threw it at y'all. Those who ever needed it, caught it. And we're going to see in a couple of weeks how that plays out for you guys. Um, mm. Pay attention to the next couple of weeks and what things automatically fall into your lap, and let me know, right? But it's an energetic grab. The meteor showers peak during the Lionsgate portal. We have all this kinetic energy, kinetic movement, making, doing. Okay? What are you making? What are you wanting? What are you doing? This is why they told you get that list. Check it twice. They don't care if you've been naughty or nice. They just, what do you want? Right? Because the whole universe is about to conspire to bring it to you. Hi, Gigi. Mars, the, going by our conversation yesterday, you are a lot special, not a little, right? Big special, not little in the lowercase, right? All caps. Not little mama, big mama. Hey. Auntie, I'm glad to hear that everybody is great. Hi, Mecca. How are you? All right. Are there any questions before we log off? If you have any questions, you're too shy to ask on the live, whether you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us on TikTok, right? Send me a message, right? Send me an email. I do respond. I may not respond right away, but I do respond. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you a million times over for spending this part of your day, this part of your afternoon, whatever time it is by you, with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and me. I pray that you have an amazing day. You make a moment to download your personal message between you and your guides, and that everything, every good thing that you've been dreaming manifests into your reality. And I also pray that when news starts falling in your lap, you have the strength to look at it head on and not shed a tear. Okay? Okay. Ashe. Stay blessed.